History is full of tragic love stories. But have you heard the one about the fairy tale king who never found his happily ever after? This is the story of King Ludwig II of Bavaria, a man famous for building magical castles like Neuschwanstein, but whose personal life was far from a fairy tale. Ludwig was a dreamer, obsessed with art, music, and epic sagas. He wasn't your typical monarch, and his relationships were just as unconventional. He was actually engaged twice, both times to his cousin, the beautiful Duchess Sophie Charlotte in Bavaria. She was the sister of Empress Sisi of Austria, so it was a match made in royal heaven. Ludwig called her Elsa, after a character from his favorite Wagner opera, and for a moment, it seemed like he had found his queen. But the wedding dates kept getting postponed. Ludwig would send Sophie strange, late-night letters and seemed more interested in planning the wedding carriage than the actual marriage. Then, just as suddenly as it began, he broke off the engagement. He wrote that he couldn't offer her the love she deserved, leaving Sophie heartbroken. She later married someone else, but always kept a portrait of Ludwig. So, why did he do it? Historians now believe Ludwig was hiding a huge secret. His personal diaries and letters reveal a man deeply tormented by his own desires. He felt a powerful attraction to men, something that was considered a sin and a crime in the 19th century. He was torn between his royal duty to marry and produce an heir and his true nature. This internal conflict likely made the idea of marriage impossible for him. He was in love with the idea of love, but terrified of the reality. Tragically, Ludwig's story doesn't have a happy ending, as his debts from building extravagant castles piled up, and his behavior became more eccentric. His own government declared him insane, just one day after being deposed. He was found dead in a lake, alongside his psychiatrist. The official report called it a suicide by drowning. But there are so many unanswered questions. Why were there signs of a struggle? Why were there unexplained injuries on both bodies? The mystery surrounding his death has fueled conspiracy theories for over a century. Was he a mad king who squandered his kingdom's fortune, or a misunderstood artist trapped by the pressures of his time? Ludwig remains one of history's most fascinating and tragic figures, a king who built fairy tale castles for a world that wouldn't let him live his own truth.